Hello grade 12 students and welcome to a new technical English 3 lesson. Our lesson today is Unit 7, Lesson 3, Part 2, Progress 2, Coursebook page 57. Kindly open your books and let's start our lesson. Now let's have a look at today's objectives. After studying this lesson, you will be able to label diagrams with words for electrical circuits, match diagrams after reading a transcript of a lecture, locate specific information after reading a transcript to answer true or false questions. Before we start our lesson, let's study some words which will help you to understand our today's lesson. And let's start with our first word. Can you guess what is the first word? Look at the picture and try to guess. Yes, this is a capacitor. A capacitor is a device that collects and stores electricity and is an important part of electronic equipment such as televisions and radios. The next word, can you guess it? Conductor. Yeah, it's a substance that allows heat or electricity to go through it. Next, earth, a wire that makes a connection between a piece of electrical equipment and the ground. The next word is the word resistor. It's a part of an electrical circuit designed to produce a particular amount of resistance to the flow of current. Now let's move to the last word, dielectric. It's a non-conducting material. Now please open your books, page 57, exercise number 6, vocabulary. Work in pairs, or you can work individually here. Match these words with 1-7 in diagrams A and B below. Read the words here and try to match the words here in the box with the numbers 1 to 7. You have 3 minutes to try to do this. When you finish, please play the video again to check your answers. Welcome back, my dear students. Now let's check your answers. Number 1. What is number 1? It's battery. Number 2, capacitor. Number 3, resistor. Number 4, conductor. Number 5, terminal, switch. The last one, number 7, earth. Okay, great. Now let's move to exercise 7. Read this transcript of a lecture and match the figure numbers 1 to 7 to the diagrams A to G in exercise number 6. You take your time. You have 5 minutes to read the reading here, the text, and when you finish, try to match and do the activity. When you finish doing the activity, please play the video again to check your answers. Now let's check your answers. Diagram A, battery. Diagram B, terminal. C, resistor. D, earth. E, capacitor. F, conductor. G, this is the switch. Great. Now please, let's move to the next activity. In the next activity, you have to know how to pronounce the words here. Listen and try to repeat the words you read.
Unit 7, Recording 23.
Fingerprint scanner. Capacitor. Sensor. Non-conductive. Dielectric. Capacitance. Ridge. Valley. Microchip. Amplifier.
Now please Can you read them again and repeat them again? Let's listen for the second time.
Unit 7. Recording 23.
Fingerprint scanner. Capacitor. Sensor. Non-conductive. Dielectric. Capacitance. Ridge. Valley. Microchip. Amplifier.
Now please let's move to exercise number 8. Are these statements true T or false F? Correct the false ones. So all you have to do is to read the sentences and decide if the sentence is true. You have to write T and do nothing else. If the sentence is false, you have to write F and you have to correct the sentence. Okay, you have 5 minutes to do the activity. When you finish, please play the video again to check your answers. Now let's check your answers. Let's read the first sentence together. In a capacitor, a dielectric separates two conductor plates. Is the sentence true or false? Right. The sentence is true. Number 2, when you connect the power source to a capacitor, the capacitor is discharged. What do you think? It's false. What is the right answer? The right answer is the battery charges it up. Number 3, if you widen the dielectric, you increase the capacitance. What do you think? This, of course, false. The right answer is you decrease, not increase. The last sentence, the capacitance under a valley is higher than the capacitance under a ridge. What do you think? The sentence is also false. The right answer is the capacitance is lower because the distance between the finger and the plates is greater. Now let's move to exercise number 9. Work in small groups. In this case, you have to work individually. Prepare a talk explaining how capacitive fingerprint scanners work. Write the main points about each visual in the correct order, figures 1 to 7 in exercise 7 on cards. Let's have a look at the steps. First, figure number 1. If we want to talk about figure number 1, we can say simple. It's about simple capacitor circuit. Capacitor components, two metal plates, dielectric, non-conductive, how charge circuit works, switch connects battery to capacitor, battery charges capacitor, capacitor holds charge. If you are going to talk about figure number 2, how discharge circuit works, switch disconnects battery from capacitor, connects capacitor to resistor, capacitor discharges load to resistor. Example, camera flash gun. Figure number 3, capacitance, amount of charge held by a capacitor, thickness of dielectric, distance between plates of capacitor. Increased distance, lower capacitance, decreased distance, higher capacitance. Figure number 4, fingerprint. What happens? Pattern of ridges and valleys. Each ridge or each valley above single sensor cell, plates in sensor cell, one plate of capacitor, ridge valley, other plate of capacitor. Figure number 5, situation 1. Cell below ridge. Space between two plates narrow, dielectric thin, capacitance below ridge high. Figure number 6, situation 1. Cell below valley, space between two plates wide, dielectric must be thick. Capacitance below ridge, it's low. The last figure, figure number 7, cell measures difference in capacitance. How it works. Capacitor circuit connected to second circuit. Second circuit passes through inverter amplifier. Capacitance modifies current in amplifier. High capacitance below ridge, voltage 1. Low capacitance below valley, voltage 2. Processor reads all voltage outputs, builds total picture of ridges and valleys. And this is the end of today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed our today's lesson. Till we meet again in a new lesson. Goodbye.